Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin from Florals.com and today we're talking all about crafty and creative goals. I know a lot of you want to make crafty goals or have already set crafty goals, but today I'm going to be going over my goals, how I got there, some different types of goals. We're going to be going over a lot, so be prepared to get into that. And if you guys are looking for more tips on goals and crafty goals and creativeness, check out my blog Florals.com, where I have a whole post and a free worksheet that you can download to work on your crafty goals and keep them in your mind throughout the whole year. So without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, I want to talk about the types of crafty goals you can have. Obviously there's infinite amount of options, but I tend to find that there's three different types. The first type is quantity based. So that's getting X amount of projects done. So making 100 cards in a year or 10 cards a month, something like that. The second type is project based. So completing your December daily from 2015 or completing birthday cards for the whole year for your entire family, something like that. So that's a very specific project. There's a finite end goal to it being completed. And then lastly, there are time-based goals. So this is more the lines of dedicating time to be creative, whether it be every day you do something creative or every week you need to spend at least an hour scrapbooking so you can get through the projects you want to get through. So when you're trying to make your goals, think about these three things. Do you have trouble with time-based, project-based, or quantity-based? So if you find that you're making enough projects, you probably don't need quantity-based. But if you find that you're kind of skipping over one project over and over again, you probably do need project-based, where you make your goal around finishing that vacation album from 2007 that you're really frustrated with. And that means drawing out a whole new plan for it so you get excited about it again. And I think goals are sometimes considered something that people are scared to make because they're afraid of failing, but just because you don't meet your exact goal doesn't mean you weren't striving more along the way than if you didn't make a goal. So goals are usually supposed to be achievable, but they're also supposed to be slightly out of reach, so you actually have to work harder for it. But when it comes to creative goals, sometimes it's just a goal to keep you on track. And if you guys need something that's more in-depth, I do have a full 4-page workshop over on my Patreon if you're interested, and I'll have my Patreon link down below so you guys can check that out as well. But I wanted to share with you guys my crafty goals and how they kind of reflect into what I've been talking about with the different types of goals, because I kind of made all three goals, sort of. We'll talk about them a little later, but there are three different types of goals, but you want to make sure they're your goals. So just because you see that Susie down the road wants to make 400 cards this year doesn't mean you need to make 400 cards this year. It's what you want to do and what you need to do to stay crafty, to stay creative, to stay loving this hobby, to get the things you want to get done and get documented. So you want to make sure that you're staying on track with what you want and what fits in your schedule. Another thing that a lot of people talk about when they talk about crafty goal setting is the one little word project, or a yearly mantra, or a yearly phrase, or a yearly word. And the one little word project is a crafty based project, but I'm just talking about the essence of the whole project itself, picking a word to emphasize your year, to focus on for the year. I did pick one this year. I've never picked a word before. It didn't take very long for me to come up with a bunch of words I could pick, but I settled on one, and I don't plan on documenting it really. It's just something for me to sort of have to kind of keep in the back of my mind to propel myself towards my goals for all aspects of my life, not just crafty ones. So the word I chose this year was grow. I didn't like growth or growing. I like the word grow specifically because it's like a pretense to what will happen this year. So I'm going to grow this year. You know what I mean? So that's the word I chose, and if you guys haven't chosen a word yet, I find that you don't have to do the whole project like Ali Edwards came up with, but if you're looking for something to kind of motivate you in all aspects of your life, maybe picking a word and doing one project on that, whether it be like a canvas for your room or being a little journaling thing you do every day, just journaling in a journal that says grow on it or something. Something little might end up being huge for you and successful this year. But let's move on to my goals. Like I said, I have 3 crafty goals, and then I have several small goals that I'll share with you later. But my first main goal is create 150 projects. Like I said, this one's a project-based goal, so I want to create 150 projects, whether it be layouts, cards. It definitely has to be paper related, although I do plan on expanding into other crafts this year, so get excited for that. I don't know if I'll make videos on it yet, but I do want to get into some other things. But 150 projects, which I think is extremely doable. I just have trouble keeping track of my numbers, which is where this comes in. I started a bullet journal this year. So far so good. I've only used it for a couple days because it's just turned January now, but so far I have every month I have a page in here that is for project tracking. So I know when I created a project, what it was when I created it. So you guys can kind of see that here. So I have a creation list in here. So far there's only 3, but I think that'll really help me keep track of my yearly goal. If I divided 150 out over 12 months, I'm sure that'd be a great number that I can't figure out right now, but that way I know if I'm on track or not by having these totals. And so if you're doing a project-based goal, I would highly recommend having some sort of list or some sort of tracking system where you can document that kind of structure. And if you need milestones, put those milestones in there. If by June 1st you need to have 50 layouts done, put it in there. Maybe put in quarterly milestones or 3 different milestones, whatever works for you. If you know that December is a busy time of year, don't set your goal date in the end of December. I found that I pretty much checked out of scrapbooking when it came to December. Yes, I was uploading videos, but I didn't scrapbook at all in December. All those December videos were done in November because I knew I was very busy in December and wouldn't have time for it. So if you're like me and have very busy months sometimes, it's nice to kind of say, if you don't really have 12 months in a year, you only have 11 that you can dedicate with creative time into your lifestyle, then you should really plan for an 11-month goal instead of a 12-month. But again, it depends on your lifestyle and how your life works. And of course, life happens and things get out of control and you lose track on your way. But you can always modify your goal at the midpoint of the year, which maybe I'll do a video on. If you guys would like a midpoint like goal update, let me know and I can do that. A second crafty goal that I have is to complete 1 album. So there are a couple albums that I filed under this complete 1 album rule. I tend to work on several different projects at once, so I didn't want to hammer down an album right now if in the next month I'm going to change over to my Disney album. Because if you guys know, right now I'm working on my DC album, and I'd either like to finish my DC album or my 2016 Disney album or my Vermont 2017 album before the end of the year. My Vermont one is 6x8 and the other 2 are 12x12. Both have a few pages done in each. I would say 10 pages in each maybe. But I really want to finish one of those, and I think having these monthly How to Kill a Kit with Style kits really helps. If you guys don't know, I participate in the How to Kill a Kit with Style monthly collaboration where a bunch of us YouTubers make kits and then we create with them all month and then share what we made at the end of the month, which I think is super fun, and it helps me not want to spend more. It helps me kind of stay focused, and if you guys are interested in playing along, definitely do so. We'd love to see your creations. And share them over on Instagram or wherever you share your stuff. So as my second goal, it is project-based. There's an end goal. I haven't selected which album I want yet, which is totally fine. If you need a flexible goal, make one. I made one. You can make one. There's a lot of albums that I've had started. Like, I don't even have my layouts put away yet from my 2016 or 2017 albums. So, like, that's another thing I want to do. But that's on my shorter list of goals, not my long-term goals, because that's more of a one-day project than these ones that'll take several days or months to complete. But I am really excited to finish an album this year, and if you guys remember, that was a goal I had last year, was to finish my Disney album. But I did end up moving this year, and things happened this year, and when life happens, you kind of have to throw stuff out the window and just go with what you want to do. And I found that the Disney album could not be completed this year. I did get to work on it a bunch, which I was happy about. I got to make some beautiful layouts, including one of my favorite layouts of the year, which I shared in my top 10 2018 layouts back in December. So if you guys haven't watched that yet, I'll have it linked down below as well. But that's my second goal. So now let's move on to my third goal, which is a time-based goal. I want to create something every day, and I think this will help with that. I consider bullet journaling creating something, especially if I'm doing a whole page. And another thing about my bullet journal is I've created trackers in it, and if you guys don't know much about bullet journaling, I don't either. It's perfectly fine. And every month in my bullet journal I'll have a tracker. This is what mine looks like. It's nothing fancy. It's also not in focus. There we go. So you can kind of read it there. It says no spending, Instagram, YouTube, blog, and creative time. So far, no spending's going great, blog's going great, creative time's going great. But in order to create every day, if I don't write down when I create every day, I won't one, remember, or two, care to keep track of it. You know what I mean? So this is a more fun way to keep track of something. So if you guys need a tracker, I would recommend looking up some bullet journaling trackers. There's tons of them out there, and there's definitely one that will fit your style and what you want to track. I think my tracker might change every month. Like I said, I am doing a no spending freeze in January. Ideally that keeps going into February and March and April and every month. But I know that having cheats along the way, as they call it, in the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group really helps. Just having that one little splurge really helps tie you over. But ideally I just create and create and create and no shopping, but we shall see. But that's what's going to help me with that, is my trackers here. And if you guys want a flip through of my bullet journal, I do plan on doing one later this month, once I use it a little bit more. But like, I'm no bullet journal artist, let's put it that way. But making these spreads is kind of fun. Like, I made a whole, not that it's going to focus, but I made a whole calendar spread and my creation list and my monthly favorites, so I can film that for you guys. And like my cute little January spread. I don't know why these pages look so yellow. I think it's just the lighting in here. They are off-white though, but that's just some of the things in here. And then lastly, I did say that I have 3 main goals, which those are the 3: create 150 projects, finish an album, and then create every day, which of course is something I always want to do. But I also have something called 19 for 2019, which is something I saw in another bullet journaler's. I've seen them all over Pinterest, but I watched a video and I really liked hers for 2018. And if I can figure out whose it was, I'll have her link down below so you guys check out her channel. But my 19 for 2019 are just various goals throughout all aspects of my life. So I decided to, I'll read them to you guys because I don't want you to see my awful handwriting. Number 1 is volunteer 3 times. Number 2 is post a travel vlog. Number 3 is read a book. Number 4 is go hiking. Number 5 is design and sell merchandise. Maybe coming soon. Number 6 is eat more salads. Number 7 is create a budget. Number 8 is reach 5,000 YouTube subscribers. Almost to 3,000. And number 9 is keep the apartment tidy. Number 10 is go on a road trip. 11 is send more cards. 12 is make more face-to-face videos, like this one. Number 13, visit a new international city. 14, paint my nails more often. 15, donate my hair. 16, be more fashionable. 17, keep up with my bullet journal. 18, live stream every month. And 19, explore more. So those are my 19 for 2019. And these are just small little things that I either want to do, like I really want to do in 2019, or things that I need to work on, like eating more salads, or things that I want to do, like donate my hair. That's like a one-time thing that I want to do this year. Maybe one time, maybe twice, I don't know. But I really think that doing the bullet journaling is helping me keep all of my lists together. And if you are a lister, I would recommend a journal like this, or any journal. It doesn't have to be a bullet style journal, but any journal will work. Any journal will work, and I definitely think it's going to help me kind of exceed my goals and trying to keep track on them. But like I said, I do have a free printable over on my blog, so you guys can set your goal and have the steps in place to complete it. And if you guys are interested in that, I'll have a link down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this goal video. I'm hoping it inspires you to create a goal or kind of look at your goals differently to make something that really fits your schedule. But I'm really looking forward to achieving my goals and sharing that with you guys along the way. Let me know if you have any video ideas you want to see in 2019. I always ask you guys, and you guys have the best ideas, but I of course want to get your input so you guys like them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up because it helps me out immensely on my channel, and be sure to subscribe if you're not already for more crafty related videos. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!